Hello and good evening, guys, to F1 game with GP2 division from round 6 at Monaco. Tonight I am joined in the box with XRL Roberts, and good evening to you. Yeah, I'm feeling LGS for Polly because he raced in the F1 division last night. We saw him feeling him for pole, but we saw last week where he was on pole. Well done to him for getting on pole. But we saw that he had a lot of trouble with connection in the race and obviously retired. So I don't think he's going to be there for the victory tonight. Interestingly, we are now on track, but I did notice the rain percentage for the race is 50%. That is the first time that we've seen rain. So GP2 could get the best of the action so far. Obviously, yesterday was a pretty average F1 race, you have to say. CRE dominating as per usual. Really, half the battle was lost in the first lap. I need to put you through both because no one has heard you so far, so thankfully I got away with everything. Anyway.
You're kidding me, right?
Nope. Anyway, yes, I do have that time report.
You are an absolute
But good evening to you anyway, and everybody can now hear you.
You are an absolute spanner. So I will say this again, you messed up. That's twice already. We've been going 3 minutes.
Could be worse. Could be Dan. Dan forgot to even say anything yesterday. He completely muted me, he completely did everything, and then I said exact same.
Well, LGS has completed his first lap. There's a lot of lag involved, but it's a 14.3 nonetheless, which is not a bad start, but we do know he can go quicker. It's put me onto Flame Dragon now, who's just coming through the tunnel, actually, and down in towards this chicane, which can really catch out drivers here, because you can actually nearly kick it dead straight on, actually, and gain a lot of time. As Flame Dragon there, coming as he now comes in towards Tabak, someone's actually already lost, and there's a couple of end plates lost down into Tabak, actually. Something that probably will keep on happening, especially during the race. The drivers have got to be careful with what they're doing.
Absolutely.
Comes into a...
and he hasn't lost an end plate, but his first lap did get so he must have had a corner cut somewhere along the lines. I think yeah, he's going around the low hairpin now, coming out towards 48. He's looking at reasonable lap time from what I've seen. He's a bit heavy on the traction straight away. As we are now in the tunnel, we've been once in a lifetime. And down into the low chicane, and he's cool and terrible job there, and that is his lap over. As we have Milo and Radar joining us.
Indeed. Well, I'm sticking on board with Flame Dragon as he's come through Mirabeau and Portier now and in through halfway through the tunnel. as my dogs are really having going at it. Well done. Heading towards the Nouvelle chicane now for Flame Dragon. His first lap time was at 15.7, not really lighting up the timing screens, but this second lap does seem to be a bit of an improvement anyway. Through to back and completely misses the wall on the outside, so he doesn't lose an end plate. Through the first part of the swimming pool and into the second part, completely misses the ball out actually, so good driving from Flame Dragon. He's actually backed off now as he comes into Raskas, so that's his first attempt done at least anywhere.
Jambo's actually gone provisional pole for 14-0. Now obviously we both didn't say Jambo for pole position, but he's looking for a very hot lap as Ryan has lost his car at Casino Square going towards Massenet, and that is his lap over.
The living dead, just thankfully at least he was on an out lap and he didn't get caught up in that, but that could have been a really hairy moment. But Ryan, yeah, currently in P3, but not really what he would have wanted. That could have lost his confidence. Saying that though, it is quite easy to lose it down there on the bump, and if you don't have the car settled or a good balance, then you will find that that can happen, and Ryan has proven that to us right now.
Indeed, but Michaels is now on for a hot lap. The guy that went onto the wet tyres famously in Spain is about to start the hot lap.
You're just going to diss him for that all the time.
It was something that...
Well, yes, it did cost him a couple of places in the end, but, you know, that's just how it is. Sometimes you play, you know, you try and do something different, but then saying that, he did it on the last lap, so I don't know why. As the Living Dead has come through Anthony Nose now, and he starts what is his first flying lap in towards Sandivot now, and see how he takes it, just about keeping it there. I think on the track limits there, he's got a car in front of him that's just come out of the pit lane. It's either his teammate or it's one of the Torossos, and actually it is indeed his teammate Flame Dragon, as he's come through Casino Square now, and indeed Flame Dragon gets well out of his way, so good driving there from him. In towards, where's that corner? That's with the first part of Mirabeau now into the hairpin. Takes that really well, gets on the traction quite early, probably it's definitely a lean mixture through here, just so you can get the traction, get the car planted before you pop it up into Rich and coming through the tunnel now, the Living Dead. So far, not been a bad lap whatsoever. So he comes down in towards the chicane now. Excuse me, I'm just about trying not to cough whilst I'm doing this. And actually, Living Dead completely misses his braking point. They ran wide of the Nouvelle chicane, and it's really compromised his first lap. Does well through to back in the first part of the swimming pool, into the second part. Oh, he's clipped the ball out actually, and he's actually lost an end plate by hitting the wall, so not really the best start for Living Dead. He's got 7.5 minutes remaining. He's actually going to complete this lap and do another one, which is, well, I would have boxed actually, if it was me.
Interesting. XRL Michaels is a 1:15.5 as he now goes up below 7. Pretty poor lap there. I don't know if he can get 6th place out of the 11 drivers we've got tonight. It's not too bad of an effort.
Indeed he will. Just cycling back through Blackster Hill, who's now a permanent driver in GP2, replacing Escassin in the Williams, so hopefully he can bring in some more points for the Williams. Oh, we've lost Dizzy Cupid again in qualifying. I will, excuse me, get him back in as soon as we can. He's actually not appearing online. Indeed it was. As Blackstale came across the line, he did improve his lap to a 16.2, but he actually moved up to 8th place as a result of that.
And Michael's also improved from 1:15.1 goes up 1 place to P5.
Pushes Flame Dragon down into P6 for the time being. Trying to see if I can get on board one of the front one. GSY Davey in the Force India has no teammate this week, unfortunately, because it is Conor Rice's 19th birthday, so happy birthday, Conor Rice, if you watch this back. You can't say that I didn't mention anything. As Davey has come through Portier and into the tunnel now. Excuse me, as Patronus has actually sent me a message. I'm going to see, am I streaming tonight? Well,
50-50.
No, I am not streaming. I am not streaming. Chris is.
HP Footies had an absolute horrible lap time of 3 as he is about to, I believe, go into the pits. And he got.
Indeed, well, I'm still on board with Davey here. It's not been the best lap from Davey, actually, to be fair, and indeed he boxes in.
LGS is on an out lap as he hits the wall at the back. He doesn't lose an end plate though. as he now goes from chicane heading towards Raskas, who start his lap with 5 minutes of qualifying to go. Now we're going to Anthony Nose before we go into Rich Mix, DRS activated, and we head towards Sandibot.
Oh, he's improved actually. He was on a lap then, Chris. He's improved to a 14.1, but doesn't take that pole position away from Jambo.
Get in there, Jambo.
He's less than half a tenth off pole position. He could have another lap in reserve here as could LGS. So I'm going to stick on board with him myself actually now as he comes in towards Mirabeau. Takes that just brushes the wall slightly there as he and into the hairpin. Misses. Turns in far too early there actually did LGS and compromised him on the exit. He kind of brushed the wall and he's done the same at Portier and somehow he has not lost an end plate as a result of that, so he can count his lucky stars on that one as he now comes down out of the tunnel and in towards the Nouvelle chicane. I was going to say Nouvelle then. That's... Yeah. Right, he took the Nouvelle chicane really well there in towards Tibac. Oh, brushes the outside of the wall there but gets lucky not to lose another end plate. Into the second part of the swimming pool, really good through there from LGS, fantastic turning. Obviously the wheel users do have a slight advantage on that one, but nevertheless it was still really good through Anthony Nose now and took a bit too much curve there actually. And as a result it may have compromised as he comes across the top. No, it didn't. Pole position, 13.7.
Both set pole position, so we both get
Yeah, something like that. As Jambo's now been demoted to P2 as a result of that. He's on his next flying lap as he's hit the top of Casino Square now. A lot of speed through that. Oh, just brushed the wall slightly. Probably didn't lose anything as a result of it in towards Mirabeau. Oh, excuse me, I'm actually going to have to get a drink very soon already. my throat is really, really dry. No puns on that one, Chris.
I wasn't planning to, but if you want, I'm on board with Jambo. You can just jump overboard because there's a massive ocean right there.
I'd rather go into the casino myself, actually. Spend my monies. Through the Nouvelle chicane, Jambo, they took it very sweetly now and in towards Tibac. Really, has caught out a few drivers already. Jambo, another one that brushes the wall but doesn't lose any end plate, so...
Ooh, that's very rough into there.
Oh, he outbroke himself into the second part of the swimming pool. There goes the bollard flying in the air through Raskas now, and he boxes.
He's not going to get another lap.
Yeah, they will. He's got 2 minutes, 45 seconds. There's plenty of time. Oh, enough time as Ryan is now P3 in the Ferrari on a 14.6. He's actually 9/10 off pole position, is Ryan, but somehow he's actually still in P2. Fantastic though through the Nouvelle chicane there from Ryan. That was absolutely brilliant. The best I've seen.
Oh, you cursed that! You cursed that! He's lost his front wing. He's lost a mirror. I hope nobody overtakes him on the right hand side.
Oh, he's got a Force India behind him.
But he can't do anything. He's going to Schumacher this into the pit lane.
Indeed, doesn't he? And that Force India is obviously going to be Davey, who is on a flying lap. I hope he didn't get caught up in that. He only needs to improve very slightly. And he did. He improved by 0.3 of Davey, so he now heads to row 2. He goes P3 on a 14.3.
HP Footy is also up into 9 now, into P5, and I think he's on another. It can't be.
I don't know. That's a cooldown lap.
Later on, Michaels is on an outlap, and he's in P6 at the minute. 15.1.
Indeed, I'm going to stick on board with him actually and see how he goes through here because he.
And that's a poor exit.
40. It was a really, really poor exit there from XRL Michaels. Not the best start he wanted, but nonetheless, here we go for what could be maybe. Oh, and he's gone wide at standard.
This is the worst I've ever seen.
If I was him, I'd put it in lean, just cruise it around and make sure you can get another lap in. Because he's got enough time to get round and get another lap in. But he's going for it still, actually, to be fair to him. As he comes in towards Mirabeau, there we go, with a 1 minute warning for the drivers, just to inform them. As he comes through the hairpin now, I was going to say Jambo then, fuck's sake. Oh, that swap, sorry.
Bad Bobbers, that's Michael loses an end plate.
I think that's Michael's done for this qualifying session at least.
Interesting, they have one viewer. So, Swish, good evening.
I couldn't have asked for a better viewer.
Sure. Better than Bernie.
Well, he's racing, so of course he can. As Living Dead has got his braking all confused and mixed up there coming through the Nouvelle chicane. He actually has improved to a 15.1 and is P7, but not really the best. As Weekly Nath has come out of Rascas now, and he boxes.
That was a very late.
Indeed it was, and now Blackster Hill in P9 in the Williams. 15.6, which is not a bad time, but could...
Oh, and Michaels goes back into Sunday Port and has lost his second effort. That is him done.
He's hashtag so done with this game, or track right now. As Dizzy Cupid has now sent me a message saying, can I watch the stream at the moment? I suppose you can, but get off it as soon as qualifying is done. Easy done.
Swishbone is preparing a curry right now, and he says yes, that's right, Swishbone.
Well, I just actually had a couple of pies, actually, for my dinner.
To be fair, I had a pie as well.
Rather tasty. As Blackster Hill has come across the start finishing line, can he improve? 15.4 back into P8.
Jambo though, is he going to improve? He's on a 14 dead and no. He smashed
He's
him.
waiting for one more person, if I'm right.
And it's Jambo. So Jambo starting P2, that's an impressive qualifying from him. Bobbits, you're going to have to get out of the way because there is a... However, LGSO, his second pole in 2 weeks, that's an impressive job by him. Jambo in second place with Davey and Ryan, the two friends on the row. Yeah, I think it... Bobbits, now we've seen what's happening. Are you going to stick with LGS as your race winner for tonight?
Yeah.
But you're going to stick with LGS. I'm torn between Ryan and Jambo, but I'm going to think... He's already won me 4 points out of the 5 races.
He'd do that. If you do want to hear something rather interesting though, Chris, and that was... it was actually from Nicole earlier on when she was tweeting me saying that she wanted one of the Mercedes to win, and so I told her the two drivers that were involved, obviously being Jambo and Weekly Nath. She asked where they were from, and I said, well, I don't know where...